In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a basic YouTube thumbnail. Please forgive any noise. I'm sitting in the house with my laptop and my kids, so they might be dad, dad, dad in a minute. So the first thing we need to do is open up GIMP, like so. I'm going to go to new, and the size of the image that we want here is 1920 by 1080. The reason for this is it's the size of most people's monitors. It's kind of like having HD standard. Before you start, always have an idea of what it is that you want to achieve and how you want it to look. Like here, I have a folder full of what I'm calling my assets. I've got a photograph of myself shrugging because it's for a tutorial. I have the logos for the software that I use. So depending on which software it is that we are doing the tutorial for, that's what's going to be used. I've also got a screenshot of each bits of the software that I use. So here I'm going to drag and drop the GIMP one in. We're going to go to the scale tool. If you don't see the scale tool here in the top right click and select scale, or you can just press Shift and F on there. And we're going to change the width to 1920 up here. And when I enter, it should actually change that to 1080 by 1920 and scale. Now, I'm going to use the move tool. Which does not seem to want to, oh, right, that's why it's not the move tool that I've got selected. Move, there we go, that's what we want. Can I move this up? Right, okay, I've got the scale wrong there, so let's unlink it, 1018 by 1920. There we go, that's perfect. Now, if we go up here, we can choose the align and distribute. And if we select this, you'll see the little corners come up. We can go center and center. And there we go. It's all very nicely centered. The next thing I'm going to do is back to the folder. I'm going to drop the photograph of myself shrugging. I'm going to keep the color. Yet again, we have an issue with the size. So we're going to go 1920 by 1080. And then we'll move that over and click on that to scale it. The align tool, click on that, and we'll center it. Now, there are several ways of cutting myself out. If we go to tools, the selection tools, we can use the foreground select, which if I didn't have all this black around, it would work fine. So today I'm just going to use the intelligent scissors select, which will go and follow contours. I'm only going to do a quick job of this because it's only for a thumbnail. It's not meant to look particularly realistic. It's not as if I'm trying to add myself into a background that of an image, in what people would refer to as being photoshopped. We're just doing something little and artistic, and when it shows up on YouTube, it's going to be tiny, so it doesn't really matter if we're not that precise with the edges, but you can zoom in if you like and be more precise. I'm choosing not to on this. I also, whenever I'm making any of these videos, I like to make sure that let's drag them in because I'm in the on the background there. I always like to do everything in real time. So when it comes to what you're watching, I won't have sped this bit up at all. So you get to see exactly how long it's taken me and what the output of that is. Let's bring that in a bit, to there, up this side. As you can see, it's yes, it's a long process, but it's not really that long. A lot of other people would use the paths tool because with the paths, what you would do is you'd go little by little, like so, and you'd use the handles on each of these little nodes to curve the lines in between so that it matches the contours that you're trying to follow. But as this is, there we go, and click there to link it. I'm going to zoom in here, make sure that everything's all linked up. Yep. And control and zoom out. And click in the middle, and there we have a selection. So I'm going to go to select and invert that and feather the edge just a tiny bit, just a little, so 2 pixel feathering. If I hit delete, there you have me in front of the background. Now, Control Shift and J to bring that up to full screen. Control Shift and A to remove the selection. Now we can go to the Move tool. I'm going to move myself over and down a little. So there we have. Yep. I'm going to keep the TAFs tutorials in the background because it saves me typing that out, and we're going to have myself there like that. Now I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to call this GIMP because we're going to drag and drop this GIMP logo into there. Keep. Well, okay, I didn't need to create that layer, so we'll remove it. So I've got the GIMP PNG. I'm going to resize this, and for this one, I think I'll pop Wilbur right up here. Yes, he's going off the canvas, but I think that will actually look pretty good. Now, let's get the text tool and find a text that we like. Yeah, that will do. And I'm going to choose the same red as I did there. And I'm going to change this up to 100. And make a YouTube thumbnail. On second thoughts, I don't like that font. It's not the sort of font that I was kind of expecting. So let's have a look through and find something better. Okay, it's taken a while for this to so let's find. This is the hardest part because you always have so many fonts and there's never the sort of font that you really want. Yeah, that will do. So we're going to use the move tool, click on this and move it to about there. In a little bit, we're going to go and clean up this edge there because it doesn't look very good. Now, underneath here, I'm going to add a layer and we're going to call this text outline. One thing that I will always say is be as organized as you possibly can. Right, drop that underneath our text here, right click on the text, alpha to selection, click on the text outline and select grow. And we're going to grow this by 3 pixels. Yeah, and change the color, click on the color thing, and we're going to change it to more of a kind of maroon. See, as you can see, it's added that outline to that. Then underneath, we are going to add text glow. Okay. We're going to drag that underneath the text outline in the layers panel in the bottom right hand corner. And we're going to change this to a nice hot pink sort of color and drag and drop it into the selection. Now you won't be able to see anything because it's the same size as that outline, but we're going to go Control Shift and A to remove the selection, keeping the text glow selected, filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and make it bigger, and there we go. We have a little glowing set of words. Now click on Taft Shrugging, zoom in. Let's go to the brushes, get one with a nice soft edge, and we can get rid of some of these jagged bits. This is the time-consuming part. Control Z. I went into far too sharply there. See, that's Control Z. That's starting to look a lot better. I know I'm being very particular about this, but this is just to demonstrate to you what can be done and how easy it is to create a decent thumbnail. Shift J, and yep, that will do nicely. Now to export, we'll just go to File, Export As, GIMP, YouTube, thumbnails, screen. And we're going to change this to JPEG because a PNG will be far too big for YouTube. And there we go. We just export. In a moment, it'll come up with the settings for the JPEGs, and that is all fine. Now, if I go to my Documents folder, and there is our finished product. So I hope this has been useful to you. If you have any questions, or if you would like me to make any other videos for you, please let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.